So we're making some candy.
My cinnamon candy, but it's not really my cinnamon candy. It's a recipe from The Joy of Cooking. A very good friend of mine, Nanette Eichel, gave me The Joy of Cooking several years ago when I said I couldn't cook. She said, Kathy, the only thing you need to know how to cook is how to read. And I know how to read, so there you go. As you can see, it's very weathered, but I'll open the book to the hard candy or lollipops. I have never attempted lollipops. I'm good with the hard candy. Bless you. All hard candies become sticky unless individually wrapped.
We don't wrap.
We don't wrap. So you may have to shake the can when you get it from us. So you bring to a boil in a large heavy pan 1 cup of water. Then you remove from the heat and you add and stir until dissolved 2 cups of sugar, which we have here, 3/4 of cup light corn syrup, and 1 tablespoon of butter. What I do is measure the corn syrup into the measuring cup, and then I put the dollop of butter, the 1 tablespoon butter, in the measuring cup because it makes it easier just to dump that into the pan. You return to the heat. When boiling, cover about 3 minutes so the steam can wash down any crystals on the side of the pan. Uncover and cook on high heat without stirring. This is the hard part because you kind of want to stir it, but if you stir it, it won't turn out right. So cook until the hard crack stage, about 300 degrees. When I was first starting to make candy, the hard crack stage is if you take a little bit and put it in some cold water and it turns into a ball. But now I have the handy candy thermometer. This will take a longer time than you think it does to actually boil and get, maybe 15 or 20 minutes. But once it gets to about 250 to 275, then you really have to keep an eye on it because all of a sudden it'll get to the hard crack stage of 300 degrees. Prepare a slab or mold. So prepare a slab. And I have used, in the past I've just used a wooden board. I did buy a candy board several years ago and gave it to Jess as an Indian giving Christmas present because she likes candy. And now I use it all the time, but now she's helping me make the candy. So anyway, you want to put some vegetable oil on that to make sure nothing sticks. And once it reaches the hard crack stage, then you take it off the heat and you just let it cool. It says to cool to 160 degrees, but I don't like to wait that long. I like to wait till it's at like 225. And then I add food coloring, which we have not put out on the table, but we will. And so that it turns red because we're making cinnamon candy. And then I add the oil. Lorraine's is the brand name that I've always bought. And it's only this much, but it is very flavorful. You cannot use cinnamon extract. You have to use cinnamon oil. You can order it at Amazon.com or Michael's sometimes carries it. Once you stir in the, look at the camera. Once you stir in the food coloring and then you add the cinnamon oil, then you can for sure let it cool to 160 degrees. And then the hard part comes of pouring it on the slab and making it into little balls of the most flavorful, best hard candy cinnamon you have ever had.
And we will demonstrate all of those steps. What happened?
So the water boiled and then I dumped the sugar in. And then I've got my 3/4 of a cup of corn syrup and my tablespoon of butter. And I'm putting all that in. All right, good. I'll have my sous chef clean that up. And then I just start stirring till it's all dissolved.
So the pan is off the burner
Yep.
after the water boils, and then you added your sugar
Yep.
with it off the burner, and
Exactly.
your little pat of butter,
Yep.
and your
And that's it. I
White
mean, the
corn
corn
syrup.
syrup. Yeah, it was all here, which I dumped in.
so all that gets melted, and
Yep.
then goes back on the heat.
So you can see now it's just a little bit of a kind of milky color, but everything's really dissolved. Now I'm going to put it back on the heat. As the instruction says, you bring it back to a boil. And once it starts boiling, you cover it for 3 minutes to wash any of the crystals that are stuck on the side of the saucepan. That'll push them back down into the liquid.
Having the lid on.
In a minute, I will. Put the lid on. This is useful to put your spatula in. So the lid goes back on right now, and I'm just keeping an eye on it, watching it. It's going to start boiling again. I might take the lid off and stir it, but once it's at a rapid boil, I'll put the lid on, and as it said in the instructions, it might take a minute or so, and you let any crystals of the sugar that are stuck on the side of the pan will wash back down into the candy liquid. Then I take the lid off and stick the candy thermometer in, and that's when it's like 15 minutes maybe, or 20 minutes that it takes to get to the hard crack stage.
So then you do that with the candy thermometer with the lid off.
Yes, exactly. We'll have video and pictures of that. Okay, so it's been covered up. Now I'm going to take the lid off. You can see it's at a rapid boil. Now we've put the candy thermometer in, and we just leave it and watch it. It'll go, as you can see, yeah, it's like a medium boil. You don't want to burn it. So it went right up to 200 pretty quickly, but then it takes, like I said, a long time to get to 300 right here, which is your hard crack stage. Right there. Doesn't that look yummy? Let's do a little more. Okay, done. So as you can see, we've already taken pictures of the oil, but it has this plastic wrapping on it.
Right.
So you have to get that plastic wrapping off so that when the temperature is correct, you can go ahead and dump the oil. Because if you're having to struggle with the plastic wrap, it might be too late.
Yeah.
Timing is everything with cinnamon candy, the cinnamon oil.
At 260 is when we added the red food coloring.
Correct.
And then at 300, we're going to add the cinnamon oil.
Yep. 300. Oh, it's hot. It's hot. Let go. Okay, heat off. Oil in. Stir.
It said the oil can smoke.
Yeah, and
Oh, yeah.
you got to stand back because it really.
A lot of cinnamon.
Wish you could smell this. It's awesome.
Mmm. So what do you do now?
We're going to pour it onto our slab, and then we're going to cut it.
Let it sit 30 seconds and cut it with a pizza cutter.
Yep.
Kind of new technique. She brought it over there to put her spatula. And now
I'm scared. It's really runny.
she's scared. You got it, baby. I got confidence.
What if it runs off the pizza board? I'm just gonna.
I have to make sure my pizza board's level.
Yeah. Oh, look at that go. Cool. How fun is this?
This is going to make our factory settings, because now we're not going to be making little balls.
Yeah.
You can do it all in one big swoop. And notice how Kathy has this technique. Wow.
She's good. Steady hand.
All out.
Who's timing the 30 seconds? While we're doing
I
this.
am, as we're filming.
Okay, cool. All right, there you are. There's your candy.
So I'm going to tell you when 30 seconds is up. We'll just keep the camera on. So what was your high today?
Ha! My lessons. I had great lessons. I taught Emma, Blake. It was a great day. The guys put the round pen in. That was great. How are we doing with 30 seconds, boss?
Okay, it's been 30 seconds since your last pour, since you stopped.
I feel like it's too hot. Oh my gosh, is this going to be so easy or what?
Are you good with straight lines, babe?
Evidently, look at that.
She's using her left hand. She's left-handed.
I was a little skinny. This has changed our lives. Where's Lucas? He needs to see this. Hey, Luke. Come here, dude. Look at this.
And then she'll go the other direction.
So you pour it all out, buddy? And use the pizza cutter. Oop, a little wide. I gotta go the other way. That's why you have to do it right away, because you can see
gotta
it
go the other-
separating.
You got to go the other direction.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
She's got it.
1. Oh, come here. 2. Okay, I gotta go the same direction every time. Those might be little pieces. It's the first time I've done this technique.
You sound like that artist making little trees.
What?
Happy trees.
Happy trees? And then we're gonna break this all apart. It's gonna be a bunch of cinnamon candy. So I just have to say, I'm wearing some reading glasses, but I can feel that.
Are you having to press down?
Yeah, I'm having to press down now.
But at first you weren't.
But at first I wasn't. Look. Test piece. What do you think? Yeah. Oh. Little video of the cleanup here. If you just run hot water in your pan and just kind of let it sit for a little while, all of that stuff will come out of there. If you try to scrub it and not have really hot water, you'll be crying because you have cinnamon candy in your pan for the rest of your life.
So Miss Kathy, what do you think?
Well, this is the new way I'm making cinnamon candy, because this was my first attempt at using the pizza cutter, and I love it. Here we go.
So you
Put a little confectioner sugar on.
made sure that it cooled totally.
Yep,
Completely, we had dinner.
yep,
And then we put a little confectioner sugar on the top. And
Yep.
then we broke it all up.
and here are all your pieces of cinnamon candy. Wait, here we go. Here, is that this?
Yeah.
No, that's the big piece. That's not gonna break. That wasn't cut.
Here we go.
Oh, here we go. Ready? Here we go. Ta-da! Look at that.
Unbelievable.
Here we go, another one. Ta-da!
Can you play blocus if you use different colors?
Absolutely. I'm not sure how you can do different colors in one pot, but we'll figure that out.
Unbelievable.
All right.
Delicious.